Hi, how you doing? My name's Craig Beck. I'm the Stop Drinking expert. Welcome into another video. And today I want to talk about supplements to help you stop drinking, and specifically milk thistle. Okay, because I've had a couple of emails, one from Victoria that's asking about the supplements that I recommend as a part of my online How to Stop Drinking program. And also Nicola's been in touch and she wants to know specifically about milk thistle because she's heard that it protects the liver and also acts as a liver cleanse and can repair the damage done by drinking. Is it true, she wants to know. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, before we go any further, I'll ask you please like and share this video. Let's spread the word and help as many people as possible, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you can, please. That would be fantastic. If you're looking to come to one of my quit drinking boot camps, let me just give you the latest update on this, because these things always sell out. So far, we've done London, San Francisco, and New York. Every single one sold out. Don't miss your opportunity. So we've got 3 confirmed dates in the diary now. January 2019, we're back in Covent Garden, London, England. February, Nashville, Tennessee. And in March 2019, for the first time ever in Canada, Toronto. So if you want details, go to the website right now, stopdrinkingexpert.com. Also at the website, you'll find details of my online course as well and how you can get started with that today. So, liver problems are getting worse. We're kind of at the start of an epidemic here, because I speak to a lot of doctors and a lot of consultants, and they're telling me that more and more people are turning up at emergency rooms with liver problems. But what's most shocking and most worrying is they're getting younger and younger and younger. And whereas in the past it was kind of, you 50 pluses who were, they had kind of 30 years of heavy drinking behind them, and they were turning up at the doctor's surgery with jaundice and symptoms of liver failure. Doctors are reporting that people in their late 20s are now turning up with end-stage liver cirrhosis. And I believe this is because the way we use alcohol has changed. You go back 30 years and alcohol was not really something you did at home so much. It was a social thing that you went out to do. And certainly back when I was a kid growing up in the United Kingdom, if you went to the supermarket 30, 40 years ago, the alcohol section was tiny. It was like a little store cupboard at the side of the store, and they had maybe 6 brands of wine. They had like 3 different very sweet German Riesling type wines. There was a couple of really acidic, horrible French plonk, and there was maybe 1 fizzy English brand. But that was it. Wine just wasn't a thing. People went to a pub or to a bar to consume alcohol. And this meant that you pretty much knew who had a drinking problem back then. Everyone knew the town drunk because it was very visible. It was done in public. People with drinking problems would go to a pub and fall over and get slung out the door every night. Now, what's happened over the last 30 years is that bars and pubs around the world are closing at a crazy rate. It's something like a couple of hundred pubs close per month in the UK. And that's not because we've woken up to just how powerfully harmful this drug is. It's that our consumption patterns have changed. These days, if you go to a supermarket, the rows are full of alcohol. Infinite brands and flavors and combinations and tastes. And they have all these discount offers, buy 2, get 1 free and all these sort of things, and cheap plonk. And what's happening is, instead of going out to drink, people are stocking up at the supermarket and they're bringing their booze home. And we live in this world of social media these days, which puts huge pressure on people to be perfect, especially moms and dads. And so you've got mums and dads who are having to hold down a full-time job to make ends meet, but also social media is saying you've got to be the best parent in the world. You've got to be your son or daughter's best friend as well as their parent. You've got to be this perfect personification of the perfect mother or father. And there's all this social pressure on moms and dads. And what's happening is parents and stressed out folk around the world are turning to alcohol as a relaxant. So people are getting the kids packed off to bed and it suddenly becomes wine o'clock. And what this means, What this means is that our alcohol consumption has gone underground. It's off the radar. And what experts are telling me is that we're heading towards an epidemic of liver disease. 5, 10 years, and our healthcare systems are going to be overwhelmed by this tsunami of liver failure. And it's because of all this alcohol consumption going on a nightly basis by so many people. And I think you can't even see the tip of the iceberg on this one. So many people are finishing their day's work and going home and drinking dangerous quantities of alcohol on a daily basis. Now, you know I'm not preaching here. I'm not looking down on these people, because that's exactly what I did for 2 decades of my life. You know, coming home from work and drinking was my absolute set-in-stone routine. And if anyone got in the way of that, oh my God, I was in a bad mood. I can think back, times when I had to go to parents' evening at school and find out how the kids were doing. I was furious, that I couldn't drink. What, tonight? It's tonight? Do we have to? Do we have to find out how the children are doing? Ah, God, So I understand, and I've been there. So I equally understand when people like Nicola email me and ask about supplements that are being touted as a liver cleanse, a liver protector. Because I think we're all acutely aware that, once you harm your liver beyond its ability to repair itself, your number's up. Because if you're counting on getting a transplant, we know that certainly in the United States, the wait for a liver is about 12 to 18 months. Now, if you go to the doctor and he tells you you've got end-stage liver cirrhosis, you have at best 6 months to live. So the math kills you. You're not going to be able to get the liver you need because you just don't have enough time. So I understand why people are looking for magic bullets, magic pills, magic supplements that can take away that horrific risk and that thing that we worry about. And back when I was a drinker, I used to take vast quantities of milk thistle. I mean, probably 5 times the recommended dose. Because it was my plausible deniability. It was like I could deny that my drinking was killing me because I was taking this magic tablet that somehow protected me. So we'll talk about the supplements that I do recommend in a few moments' time, Victoria. I promise we're coming to that. But let's just talk briefly about milk thistle and get straight to the point here. Does milk thistle protect the liver? Does it help repair the damage done by alcohol to the liver? Are you ready for the answer? Here it is. I don't know. And nobody does. Because the research just hasn't been done. We live in this kind of twisted world where if there's a natural cure for something, it never gets researched because the drugs industry, the big pharma companies, are not interested. Unless they can put a patent on it and say, we own this and we set the price, they're not interested. And sadly, our doctors are taught by the drug companies. Our doctors are taught what to write on a prescription pad. And if they can't write it on a prescription pad, there's no funding for it. There's no research, there's no training, there's nothing. And so while milk thistle has been used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine, and hearsay evidence suggests it's good for the liver, nobody's ever really researched it to an extensive level because they can't make any money out of it. So what we know so far from the limited research that's been done is that milk thistle has a small beneficial effect on the livers of rodents. Rats, laboratory rats, saw a small increase in liver function when they were given milk thistle. Does that mean that you can apply that to human beings? Who knows? It's too much of a gamble to make that assumption. It's like, if you're taking milk thistle under the assumption that you're protecting yourself from liver failure, it's like jumping out of a skyscraper and assuming that the safety net is in place. It might be, but it might not be. It's like playing Russian roulette. You don't know. You're gambling, and it's a huge gamble to take. You're drinking poison and assuming that you're taking something that protects you against poison, and you simply don't have the evidence to back that up. Now, you can find the evidence if you want, because back when I was a drinker and I was using Milk Thistle, I was backing up my beliefs all the time on Mr. Google. And what you find is that you use a lot of confirmation bias. You don't go searching for unbiased reports or scientific documents. What you go searching for is evidence that what you currently think is correct. So I was searching for things like evidence that milk thistle works, benefits of milk thistle for liver protection. I was typing in the search terms that I wanted to get the answer to confirm what I believed, and guess what? I got it. And this is the same reason that why you shouldn't ever ask Dr. Google when you get ill, because you'll get your worst fear coming back to you. Isn't it true? You get a sore nose and you type it into Google, it tells you you're going to die of nose cancer within 3 minutes. So this is why confirmation bias causes a huge problem. So Nicola, you can take milk thistle if you want. Whether it does any good at all, who knows? Taking it to compensate for alcohol consumption is like playing Russian roulette, and I wouldn't advise anyone to play Russian roulette. So, supplements. Now, Victoria emailed me to ask about what supplements I do recommend. So let me run you through some that I do. Now, the supplements part of the Stop Drinking course that I run at stopdrinkingexpert.com are not a cure for alcohol addiction or problem drinking. They are simply a tool in the box. And I give you dozens of tools on this course, and when you put them all together, you get a pretty powerful arsenal of weapons to use against this problem. But if you take any one of them out of the box and use it on its own, it probably will be ineffective. The supplements just help restore some of the nutrition that you've missed because alcohol interferes with the absorption of vitamins and minerals, vitamins for my American friends. And also, you need to stabilize your mood during the first couple of weeks of quitting drinking, because the last thing you want is to feel down in the dumps or exhausted because you're not sleeping during this period where you're dealing with the physical addictive element of the drug. And so I recommend things like omega-3, because omega-3 is just great for our brain function. It's great for inflammation. Turmeric, in my opinion, turmeric is just a miracle. It's an anti-carcinogenic. And bearing in mind, if you've been drinking for many years, decades often, you've been routinely drinking something that we now know causes 7 major forms of cancer. So taking turmeric is just a no-brainer for me. B vitamins, drinkers are normally really low in B vitamins, so that's all. I always recommend that. Vitamin D, simply because 80% of the Western world is vitamin D deficient because our lives have changed. I won't go into details. I talk about it on the course. And for the same reason, magnesium as well. Most of us are magnesium deficient. And magnesium is really important for getting good quality sleep. So if you go into the members area of the Stop Drinking Expert website, you'll be able to download a kind of shopping list to go to the vitamin shop and buy all this stuff. The supplements help. They are not the cure. They are not the fix for this problem. But certainly they make a difference. So listen, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hoped it helped. Don't forget, if you want to join me for a free quit drinking webinar, go to the website right now, stopdrinkingexpert.com, and book yourselves in for boot camp. London in January, Nashville in February, and Toronto in March 2019. Like and share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you very soon.